Alright everybody, welcome back to Gaming Compute. Today I want to help you guys out with making a free website. This is a free website build. First, we are going to make the website using Infinity Free. And so you're going to need to have infinityfree.com open. And I'm actually recording this audio over the video because the snipping tool did not work for me. But you're basically going to have the snipping tool audio didn't work for me. It cut out with my Bluetooth headset, so I'm trying this audio through my iPhone. But you're basically going to have open a notepad of some kind, or a document that you can write on. That'll be helpful for you to copy paste your usernames. Also, you might want to have open File Explorer where you can find some of your photos, and you're basically going to go onto Infinity Free to be able to get free hosting. You're going to set everything up, and this can help you to make a store so you don't have to pay Shopify for their expensive $39 a month fees or the $29 a month with the annual package. So we're about to jump into this. So you're going to go ahead and click register, and you are going to put in an email address. You're going to put in a password, confirm your password, or if you've already done this before, you can click and use your Google account. It's going to take you to this hosting account. You're going to notice that there are a lot of ads that pop up. You're just going to click the ones at the bottom to push them down. Any other ads, don't click them. You don't need any of these other ads. Create your account. Click on create account. Every time you click something, there's going to be some kind of ad popping up, and it may or may not be relevant to what you care about, but just keep pushing them down or deleting them. You're going to choose to create a plan that's free. I actually like this Hard Summer advertisement. Shout out Hard Summer coming up this August 2026. I will be there. But you want to verify that you're a human. And then go ahead and scroll down. I kind of like this lovetoblog.com domain extension. Usually I click the infinityfreeapp.com, but you see all these other extensions you can choose, and then you can put in the name of your store. You can see I've done this before in the past, so I'm going to put in, well, it doesn't have to be a store. You can make any kind of website. It can be a blog, it can be a portfolio, it can be any type of website, but here we're going to try to make an online store for free. You're not going to purchase a domain quite yet, but you do want to go on a site like GoDaddy and check and see if the domain that you're trying to use is even going to be available for later on. But for now, we're going to use a domain that we're going to change anyways. So I'm going to copy and paste a lot of this information over to this Word document because we are going to be using quite a few websites here. And so for me to keep it straight, I pretty much copy usernames, passwords, and any other type of details I might need for later, because there's no way I'm going to memorize all this stuff. And as you know, sometimes they don't let you use the same passwords, or they make you choose a certain type of password. So just to keep things straight, just copy paste. You have to click that you approve. I'm not going to save any of my passwords in my update passwords for Chrome, because I'm going to go back in and change all these passwords that are visible to you guys, because I don't want people hacking into my site later on. Let's not make an easily hackable site. These other things that you see with the 14-day free trial ads and all this stuff, just keep ignoring it. You're going to see the status bar at the bottom that's loading. It's saying we're setting up your hosting account. I like to have my account number. So I'm going to go and copy and paste that over. This password I'm going to change. I just put it there for reference sake, so you guys can see it if you want to follow my exact method. You're going to go ahead and scroll down. You can use this website builder, but I want to try to use a different one that I think is a better method. It's going to take us a little longer, though. You can see on this right side all of your account details, the username, the password, the status. It should say active now. The label, it has your site name with the Infinity Free extension, and we're on the free plan. There's ability to upgrade, but if you upgrade, you're going to end up needing to pay for that. We're doing this for free. So on the left side, go to Control Panel. It's going to redirect you out to this other cPanel, and it's going to show you all this information. Hi, that's my account number. To notify you of changes to service, account status changes, offers, and other important emails, we need permission to send you email. Please click I approve below to allow us. Alternatively, to continue with no email alerts, which may cause you to lose your account, click I disapprove. Do not click I disapprove, click I approve. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to really set up your account. It makes you approve for them to be able to send you emails. I don't know if the emails are always important, but you still have to approve it to be able to use anything past this point. Thanks, the panel will load now. So here's the Vista panel and your cPanel. It's loading. You're going to scroll down. Actually, like I said, I like to copy and paste because you might need to get back to cPanel later. And it's honestly hard to remember where you log in certain areas to get back to either Infinity Free or your control panel or this or that. So I copy and paste it over. You're going to scroll down. You are looking for a what's it called? Softoculus Apps Installer. Click on Softoculus Apps Installer. It's going to take you over to WordPress option. You can use also Joomla or Abante Cart, but I tend to use WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and install. you're going to get the opportunity here to edit your settings. So you're going to see your software setup information that shows you your website. You're going to see your site settings on the left side in the middle. You're going to see your admin account over on the right side. And if you don't want your site name to say my blog, and if you don't want the description of your site to say my WordPress blog, go ahead and edit that so it says something more closely to exactly what you want it to say. So I'm going to go ahead and name this after my store for the site name, and for my site description I'm going to make something up that I'm going to call this Magic Skin Tech Site and Shop, and keep my site name as Magic Skin Tech, 3 separate words. It shows you an auto-populated admin password and your admin username. When you come to your WordPress, you're going to need that again. So I'm copying and pasting the site name and the site description first, just in case I need that if I want to change it out of self-doculus in WordPress. And then I'm going to use my username and for my admin username, and I'm going to copy this password. I'm going to change this password anyways, and I'm also going to change it again from the one that I'm showing you guys. But I like, if there's ever anything that auto-populates, I like to save the password, because in the past I've had mistakes where maybe my new password doesn't save right, or I don't remember it, and I also will not remember that weird auto-populated password. So I still save it, I still copy paste it, but I'm basically not going to use it. I'm going to put in a different password. In this dashboard here, and I'm going to also copy paste the Gmail account that I'm using for the email where this information goes to, because you need to verify some of this information later on. I know maybe this seems weird, but I like to have all the information. Don't use password as your password, guys. Don't use any form of password as your password. And before I post this video, I'm going to go and I am going to change this password to something that's completely different. It's not going to mimic any of this. It's not going to have any of the same information in there. So nobody's going to be able to really easily just log back in to my site. You don't want somebody else logging in to the back end of your dashboard and editing your site and locking you out and doing all kinds of weird stuff. That would not be good for your store. And once your shop is up and running, they could probably steal your money that way too if you're making income, so you don't want that either. So I've explained the reasoning why I copy and paste things. None of that might be important later, but for now it's fine. If you want to go into more details, you have these advanced options. You have select theme, so you have all this database name and table prefix and a lot of other details. We're not going to really get into that today. We're doing bare bones today. You can also go to select theme. You can manage themes through here. I'm going to take you through a different way, but these are the themes that you usually would see in WordPress. We are going to get some different types of themes. So if you like the way everything looks, go back up to the top, just make for sure everything looks like you want it. Make sure you have your password saved. Make sure nothing strange is clicked. At the bottom, you're going to go ahead and install this. You might have to scroll back up. It gives you a status bar, it tells you everything it's doing, and congratulations, the software was installed successfully. So you should have your WordPress. Top right, you're gonna see your account number, usually all this other information, these links. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste these links so that I have it all just in one neat place where I can just reference it. Because if I put this down for like 3 weeks or something, I'm not gonna remember what these websites were if I'm not saving them or bookmarking them. I might not even remember that I was on Infinity Free. I'm not gonna remember any of this. But this was use of the Softoculus auto installer. So when you want to log in to your admin account for WordPress, you're basically gonna go in and you're gonna need to copy and paste that link into a tab in your Chrome browser or whatever browser you're using. So now once you're in your WordPress admin, you can go ahead and copy paste your admin username and your password. You could either use your username or the email. I'm going to use the email here. Then I'm going to go back and copy paste this password. Log in. You can look at the password, that's the same password, my same fake password. And now you're in WordPress. And again, I'm not going to save these because I need to go back in and change everything. So once I'm in my dashboard on this back end here of WordPress, this is how I'm going to do all of my editing. I'm going to be able to create my website, choose a theme, and you want to make sure that you're in WordPress admin, because if you're not a WordPress admin, you're not going to be able to edit. If you just type your infinityfree.com with your username, it's not gonna get you to the back end. Now for under appearance, you can go to themes, and you're next to themes, next to the word themes at the top, you're gonna click add themes. It's gonna show you all of these different themes. If you're using this method to get to an AI method, you want to go to Kadence, Kadence. You're going to search that. Search themes called Kadence. It's going to be usually the first one. You're going to go ahead and install this Kadence theme. Now Kadence has an AI capability. Some people like that, some people hate it. We all know how I feel about AI, but for this specific project, I kind of like this because it's a little bit fun. You're going to activate. And then this part's going to take a bit, probably. You're going to install AI starter templates. Get started with an AI powered website. Pay attention to the panel on the left. You want to make sure Site Assist is selected so you can get to this page. You get the option between AI powered templates and pre-designed templates. Now we're going to go through some of these and play around a little bit. This is the part where I kind of fumble around a little bit with some of this stuff. There's a point where for me it doesn't really work for the AI generated stuff. It has worked before in the past. During this example it didn't really work, but I think in this video I want to keep it in. The pre-designed templates, they're professionally designed templates that you can customize, versus the other ones, the AI powered, they generate customized websites. And it says click to authorize Kadence AI, and this is going to take a second. Now you want to have this website saved as well, kadencewp.com. So I'm copying and pasting that over to my document, because if I want to go back in and edit this information, that's the way I'm going to do it if I want to log back in to Kadence itself. You're probably noticing now why I'm keeping all these things open. I've got various tabs open. I've got Softoculous still open. I've got the other Infinity Free and WordPress still open. I'm going to reject. I don't want them selling my information. You can either log in if you already have an account, or you can register newly. You can use your email or your username if you've already done this before. What you're going to need to do if you register, you're going to have to go back to your email, find the 4-digit code that they email to you. You are going to put in that 4-digit number from your email, and once you click it, it's going to give you this option here of continuing for free, or you can spend $169 to purchase. Now I've never spent that $169, I've only done it for free. I don't know what you get for $169. I would say try it for free first. And it says explore with limited use. So you're not getting full access, but you're also doing this for free. Make sure that you have Site Assist selected for the next part. For me, this spinning wheel takes a long time. I can't tell if it's because of my Wi-Fi connection being poor or what exactly is going on at this point, but I noticed it was taking me a really long time for things to load, and my computer was getting very hot. But eventually things will load for you. Now once everything eventually loads, you are going to be on this part of the site where it gives you these steps at the bottom. You can either click next and go through all of them, but if you do this, you're going to have to go ahead and fill this all out. It won't let you pass to the next stage until you fill it all out. You can see what you would need. You can't even click on these other ones at the bottom to bypass it. You have to do it in their order. So I exit out and go back to the AI generated and fill in a lot of this information. You can edit a lot of what you want your AI powered site to look like, and on the right it's going to show you an example of what you have so far. So right now, if I went to my website, it would look the way it does on this right side panel above where it says Magic Skin Tech Hello World. That's how my site looks now, very blank. So if I set up the site AI profile, gonna take some time again. And again, I'm not sure how long this takes for others on average with all this loading. But for me today, it was taking absolute ages. So on the site tab at the top left, once it loads, it's going to come back here. And we're going to go through some of these stages. You can see here that we can flip through some of this, see what the changes kind of look like. None of this is very appealing to me whatsoever, but it kind of gives you a general understanding. Let's say that I'm an individual. Let's put my name as the website that we're already putting with Magic Skin Tech. Then we're going to say that we're online only, so we don't have a location. It uses AI here to find your industry, and it kind of tailors things for you. Tell us about yourself. Now you see, you can say what you want to say, but there's going to be this red status bar at the bottom. You have to keep writing enough until it has enough information to work with. So as I type all the weird things I'm typing on here, you're going to see that red status bar creeping more towards the right. And once I get all the way over towards the right side, it's going to turn green, and I'll be able to get to step 3. But for now, I have to write all this random information about my site, and I'm just kind of being a little silly here. I am Magic Skin Tech, an e-commerce accessory store. I sell technologically advanced beauty accessories for techies who want to style and show off their bling at Comic-Con and Anime Expo. Let's let the nerd in me totally come out in this little business explanation. You can show tips or just write your own stuff, but note that whatever you write, it is going to generate, visuals and things according to what you're writing. I like to solder LED lights to leather belts. This helps to be found in a rave or snowboarding environment. When I'm out with friends and family. And you noticed a little bit ago it turned green. So now that it's green, we can click next, go to step 3. Now you have to click at least 5 out of 10 keywords for it to have information to work with. So you notice the ones I'm clicking. Guys, I'm joking here. These are all jokes. I'm just doing this for an example. But see, I can't move forward at 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10 is fine. 6 out of 10 is fine. You can't go past 10. You can choose if you want things to look more professional or neutral, friendly, informative, engaging, trustworthy, conversational, or persuasive, like as far as your tone. I'm putting neutral. Let's move on to step 4, site goals. You can click more than one. I don't know how many you can click max, but I'm putting, information for selling products and information for a shop and lead generation. Now you see these photographs kind of auto generated here. They're generated based on the content that I've provided it in step 5 here. So all that information I wrote and all the things that I clicked, it gives me these strange images, probably because I listed things like techie and rave and LED, and now I've got all these weird like neon haired people and all these strange looking, technologically weird looking things, some random devices for gaming, some random, Bluetooth earbuds, some strange little glasses, some kind of futuristic looking stuff, some watches, a mouse, all kinds of weird stuff. You can use the images from either your own images or you can use this AI collection. Now, for me, this didn't necessarily work. I tried to save it, it wasn't really saving. I was getting this error message and it kept saying, please try to reload the page. And when I was syncing, it says it was saved in media and in comments. I might need to circle back to that. When I sync with cloud, it still wasn't really doing anything. So after testing it out a couple times, I end up going back to my document and I just copy the website name so we can look at it. Now this is what the site looks like now. You notice it says it's not secure. It doesn't have HTTPS. But this is pretty much a sample page of how my website looks totally. There's no theme, there's no widgets, there's no nothing. It's just pretty much blank. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back and with Site Assist selected, we're gonna go to the one under it to get to the things to do next. And you can see what's been checked off, what hasn't been checked off, what has options for us to edit or set up. If you want to, you can go through the whole entire list and get your site just completely set up this way. You notice it's still saying AI powered template, but so far we don't have any AI information to really show at the moment on here. The slow loading is a consistent issue. So we can go back to the tab where my website's at. I kind of like to keep an extra tab open. We're gonna go into starter templates because this doesn't seem to be loading. But you can still check on the right how it looks too if you don't want to have a whole different tab. So we're gonna go back to the pre-designed templates here because for some reason these AI ones were not working for me. So we're gonna click the pre-designed templates this time. See what pops up for us instead. These are pre-designed. They're no longer the AI generated. You can see they right now are showing you free and premium. I'd like to see free only because I'm not trying to pay for a template. Look at these themes. They look pretty nice. You can kind of scroll all the way down. I want something that looks kind of like a store. You can see they have different types of sites: interior design, painting service, if you were trying to make a donation site, or a type of cleaning service. They kind of have templates for all kinds of stuff for free. So that's why I like this, is that they're pretty much already built out. I like the black one on the right, fitness course. It's very wordy. It looks like it's kind of wordy. They've got like a sewing course, so if you're putting up a course, they've got templates for courses. These are all free. All sorts of templates here. You don't have to pay for any of this, and you're not going to have to pay monthly hosting. If you ran up a site through GoDaddy, you'd still have to pay hosting if you're using your own .com domain. think GoDaddy right now charges $16.99 for hosting. I think it used to be $8.99 or $9.99. I think now it's about $16.99 a month or something like that. So let me just go in here and try and choose something. I have to go back and filter, because this is showing me the premium ones again. If you want to see what the premium ones look like, I don't know how much they cost, but I don't really see the premium ones looking so much nicer. They don't look like way nicer than the free ones, in my opinion, and there are plenty of free ones to choose from. And if you can get the AI part working, you're going to be pretty well off too. Now you can click something that's a store or shop. I don't know, it's showing premium again. It's showing us premiums again. But I like this print shop, so I'm gonna click that for free. I accidentally clicked out of it. But let's do it again. Alright, so print shop. I'm not making a print shop, but I kind of like the template because it's an easy looking store. You can choose your style colors and your font colors. I tend to like things that are dark and neon. And you can kind of scroll and see what it looks like. Now this is all pre-made. And you're gonna want to go in and change all this stuff so that your site doesn't look like this. You're gonna want to customize it completely. You have the opportunity to put plugins. I don't really know if I'm going to use them all, but I'm going to go ahead and maybe click all of them just in case it comes up. Online donations, event calendar, tickets, orderable, all kinds of stuff. WooCommerce, email designer, finish and launch this. Start import, and it's going to take a while because it's going to import all of these plugins. So this part is going to take a second. The more plugins you click, it's going to take way longer. So because I clicked all of them, it's going to take ages. So I'm going to wait a bit. It's still importing the content. Just a moment while we install content. This could take a few minutes. Building widgets. Now, if you're paying attention to the timestamps, I have paused this and let it run on its own. It wasn't even going this fast. I think it took probably about 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, I don't know. But it'll say success once it's done. And then you can click on this blue button, see my site. It'll take you to what your site looks like now. So remember that blank site we had? Now my site looks like this. I've got Magic Skin Tech with the t-shirt logo looking stuff on there. We've got this whole print shop store that I built pretty much from scratch with a little bit of fumbling around, but pretty limited effort. I honestly like these templates more than the ones I've seen on Shopify. That's my opinion. But you are going to go through WordPress, so you are going to have that WordPress showing up. But you can click around, see what you've got going on here. And at this point, pretty much your site is done. You can figure out for yourself what you want to do from this point. I'm showing you the tabs I have at the top. Now, this is the old tab I have. if you look before I refreshed, this is what it looked like before. So if I go and refresh this, now it's gonna show you that this sample page now is gonna look just like how we changed it. So this is how the website looks now. Very nice. I mean, it's gonna take a long time to edit. I'm not gonna make a video of editing this right now. I might make some video footage of a completed website. I'm kind of working on 2 sites simultaneously, but you can go ahead and edit pretty much any of this. You'd have to go in the back end of your WordPress admin and edit pretty much everything from there, and from your dashboard, and you can change all the images, you can edit your shop. And this is the other tab from where we were using Softoculus. You can also go back in and edit these features through overview features, screenshots, demo. It's going to show you a bunch of other information. We didn't go into any of that. We just wanted to install WordPress. That's all we really use Softoculus for. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these sites correctly, but I don't know how to say it. That's kind of how it's spelled. Alright, now if you get back over to your Infinity Free dashboard, you'll have to log back in if you need to. The next step, the next time, we're going to need to connect an actual domain name. Otherwise, your website is going to have whatever that weird extension is. If you don't want that extension, you're going to basically have to add a domain name from wherever you purchased it, and you're going to have to change the name servers and CNAME, change a lot of the records in there. You're going to have to get an SSL certificate. You're also going to need to go back in. If you look at all these tabs on your website, they're all clickable, they're all already filled in, it's already pre-filled information, but it's probably not going to be accurate for you. So if you're clicking on Facebook or Twitter, X, or Instagram, scroll all the way down to the bottom. If you're clicking on, all this kind of, all these menus at the bottom here, you see it's got that lorem ipsum stuff. It's not even like real words. You're going to make sure you change all that. You're probably going to change your logo. You might change some of the fonts. You're going to go back through, you can see how it looks pretty much for your customers or people who log in. You can connect your socials. You got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can add more as well. And this is what the shopping cart would look like. And if somebody wanted to contact you, this is how they would get in touch. They've got customer service information. Follow Instagram. It's got some kind of role at the bottom. If you're not in San Francisco or Oakland, if that's not your address, you're going to want to change that, or put, I wouldn't say put your home unless that's what you want it to say. Customer service, you're going to need to change that number if you do have customer service. If you don't, you probably want to take out the information that isn't even relevant. If you don't have customer service, don't put that you do. But pretty much that's what that part would be looking like. And no, this is all pre-filled, so it's nice that it's pre-filled because you have an idea of what to work with, but then it's also things that you're going to have to go in and manually edit yourself, unless you use the AI version. If you get that working, you might be able to bypass some of that. It might pre-populate more of what you already wrote. But later on you will want to set that domain name. You can use the website builder that's built in and Infinity Free, and you would have skipped all these other steps with the Softoculus and the friggin' WordPress and the dang, like, I think there's WordPress in the website builder, but you don't have that cadence option of all these other professionally free available templates. You just have the WordPress templates on there. You have to use these different apps like Softoculus and Cadence to be able to have a lot of different template options, different from the default ones that you see in WordPress. I personally feel like they're better than the default ones that you see in Shopify. Just the issue with WordPress is you're going to have that WordPress thing showing up. So